Great, get off.
Sorry, it's a Jones thing, Tom.
The war of words between Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones shows absolutely no signs of slowing down, and what happened this week might be the most telling sign yet about where Jones's head really is. Jones still hasn't given any real indication that he's willing to fight Tom Aspinall, and honestly, the MMA community is getting tired of waiting. Over the last few weeks, the frustration has reached a new level that we've never seen before in the heavyweight division.
We will not be ignored any longer. There is a petition out there to strip Jon Jones of the undisputed UFC heavyweight belt. It has 100,000 signatures. I need you guys to understand how crazy this is. 100,000 signatures of the UFC fan base uniting behind the idea that Jon Jones should not have the undisputed heavyweight world championship, and it should be given to Tom Aspinall, or Tom Aspinall should be able to move on and fight for undisputed.
But here's where it gets insane. A petition to strip Jon Jones of his heavyweight title has now soared past 150,000 signatures. That's right, fight fans, over 150,000 people are so fed up with this situation that they're demanding the UFC take action. The petition reads, Jon Jones is now the longest reigning champion in UFC heavyweight history and has only fought 2 times in that period. There is a clear interim champion, Tom Aspinall, who has defended his interim championship belt. Aspinall is ready to fight Jones. Jones refuses to fight him. In a recent video that's been making waves across social media, Aspinall teamed up with BJJ world champion Craig Jones to take a playful but pointed shot at the UFC heavyweight champion. The video shows Craig Jones mimicking what many fans believe is Jones' reluctance to engage. Craig, get off. Sorry, it's a Jones thing, Tom. Great, get off.
Great, get off.
Sorry, it's a Jones thing, Tom.
But here's what's really got people talking. Tom Aspinall himself shared the petition link on his Instagram, officially backing the campaign to strip Jones of the title. This is unprecedented, fight fans. We've never seen an interim champion publicly support efforts to strip the undisputed champion. And while we're talking about Aspinall making moves, he just landed a massive partnership with Champion Sportswear for their new heavyweight champion collection. The timing? Absolutely perfect. While Jones is playing games, Aspinall is building his brand and transcending the sport into the mainstream, as he put it.
This game will test everything. Your body, your mind, your patience. You don't get here alone. My family, my team, my pack. Every day we show up. Quiet, focused, ready. A heavyweight mind. It's not just fight night, it's every single moment before it. That's a champion.
This is the bombshell that's got everyone talking. Jon Jones recently appeared on Deep Cuts with Vic Blends, and when asked about his fighting future, Jones made no mention of Aspinall or the current heavyweight title picture. Instead, he dropped this absolute stunner about potentially leaving the UFC. You know, I don't know what life holds as far as fighting and competing. I do feel like I will be a lifelong martial artist, whether I'm coaching others or taking exhibition matches. There's a lot of great competition in the UFC, but I do view myself as more than a fighter. Being in my position, I feel like I have a lot more options than a lot of other fighters as far as the ability to leave and return and things like that.
Could we expect one more rodeo?
I don't know what life holds as far as fighting and competing. I do feel like I'll be a lifelong martial artist, whether I'm coaching others or taking exhibition matches or things like that. There's a lot of great competition still in the UFC. I do view myself as more than a fighter, and being in my position, I feel like I have a lot more options than a lot of the other fighters as far as the ability to leave and return and things like that. And so right now I'm just focusing on love, happiness, kindness. We're in the quarter century mark. And this year should be a really special year. So this year I'm saying yes to more opportunities. Hence me being here, meeting you.
So grateful.
I'm glad that I'm doing this. I've been meeting so many great people. I'm saying yes to more opportunities. I'm traveling more. I'm I'm consciously being kinder to people. And that's just the wave I'm on right now. It's just like love and kindness and peace, and focusing on family and focusing on me, my aura.
But then Jones revealed something that explains everything about why he won't fight Aspinall. I'm so connected to winning, it's probably not even healthy. I see fighters that take losses and they smile, they hug their wives. Better luck next time. If I was to ever lose, I would be devastated. I'd be angry, upset, and depressed. That's just my winning nature.
You know, like being champ so young, I feel like your career has been defined of being the champ. From 23 to now being 37, still champ today. Would you still love fighting the same way if you weren't champ?
No, I don't think I can ever be a person who loves fighting as a non-winner. For me, I'm so connected to winning. It's probably not even healthy. You know, like I see fighters that take losses and they smile and they hug their wives and they, you know, hey, better luck next time. If I were to ever lose, I would be devastated. I'd be angry and I'd be upset and depressed. And that's just my winning nature.
Translation, Jones is terrified of losing his perfect legacy to Tom Aspinall. Here's where Jones showed his true colors. When asked who the most overrated fighter in the UFC is, Jones didn't hesitate. Overrated UFC fighter? It's funny. I could say his name, but it's really just because I don't like him. Saying his name gives him clout, which I also don't want to do. His initials are CC, and he's a total D. If you watch the sport, I think people will know who I'm talking about.
Also don't want to do. His initials are CC, and he's a total douchebag. And and if you watch the sport, I think people will know who I'm talking about.
He's clearly talking about Colby Covington. And this feud has been brewing for years. Just last December, Jones viciously mocked Covington after his loss to Joaquin Buckley, writing, "Big shout out to Colby Covington for skipping training to get President Trump ready. We all appreciate the sacrifice. At least he got to see me win." Covington fired back. He wishes he looked like me. He wishes he had these kinds of looks and was this beautiful and had this much respect. He has no respect. Here's where it gets interesting. Gilbert Burns just dropped some insider knowledge that could change everything. During his Show Me the Money podcast, Burns explained why he's confident this fight will happen. Jon Jones has a lot to lose, right? But let's just think. That fight happens. Let's presume that Tom Aspinall wins. Bro, Jon Jones has so many excuses. I had a year layoff, I was old, this and that. He's not going to damage his legacy. People would still say Jon Jones in his prime would kill this guy. The check will be big enough. I'm telling you guys right now, that fight is happening. I'm that sure. Burns makes a compelling point. Jones has built-in excuses if he loses, which might make him more willing to take the fight for the right price. Former UFC bantamweight champion Dominick Cruz just shared his brutally honest take on this whole situation. Jon Jones beat everybody in their prime all the way up the ladder in light heavyweight and heavyweight, so he's made his legacy. That's why he feels nothing's passing him by. He can relax, go on vacation, show up to fight events, or never watch a fight again and know that he's done what he wanted to do.
Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall fight situation is interesting because I think what it comes down to is the pressure comes from everybody wanting to see Jon Jones be challenged in a really crazy way. But Jon Jones beat everybody in their prime all the way up the ladder in light heavyweight and heavyweight. So he's made his legacy, and that's why he feels nothing's passing him by. He can relax, go on vacation. He can show up to fight events. He could never watch a fight event again and know that he's done what he wanted to do. On the other hand, Tom Aspinall wants that fight with Jon Jones because he wants to create his legacy. It can only come from responsibility in this one. I can't be a victim of the UFC not getting me the Jon Jones fight, and I can't be a victim of Jon Jones not giving me the fight. So the next step is, what am I responsible for? I see it as take the next step. Don't look up too high. Just take the next step. If you beat everybody in the division, knock them out again, and knock them out in such spectacular fashion that they forget about Jon Jones for a period of time. And something tells me, if I know Jon Jones, if you make yourself so loud knocking everybody out, Jon Jones might come out to play. He might come out and prove then that he's better than Tom Aspinall because he wants to. And that's the only way that's going to happen, is Jon Jones is going to fight when he wants to, because that's his legacy's been made and he's happy with it. And can't control Jon, can't control the UFC. So let's go, Tom. Just knock everybody out again.
But here's Cruz's game-changing advice to Aspinall. Tom can't be a victim of the UFC not getting him the Jon Jones fight. If you beat everybody in the division, knock him out again in such spectacular fashion that they forget about Jon Jones for a period of time, something tells me if you make yourself so loud knocking everybody out, Jon Jones might come out to play because he wants to prove that he's better than Tom Aspinall. Remember when Dana White guaranteed this fight would happen in 2025? Well, things are looking shaky. Sources within Team Aspinall indicate that hopes for the fight are dwindling and there's still no agreement in place.
We will not be ignored any longer. There is a petition out there to strip Jon Jones of the undisputed UFC heavyweight belt. It has 100...
White went from saying he was 100% confident to admitting there are difficulties in getting the fight made. He even told The Mac Life, 100% if we don't get the fight done, we move on and we make another fight. The UFC has already been through this with Francis Ngannou. They can't afford to let another generational heavyweight matchup slip through their fingers. Fight fans, we're witnessing MMA history in the making. Whether Jon Jones gets stripped or finally agrees to fight Tom Aspinall, the heavyweight division will never be the same. This isn't just about one fight anymore, it's about whether any fighter, even the GOAT, is bigger than the sport itself. The UFC has a choice: preserve the integrity of its championship system or let business interests keep a division hostage. What do you think should happen? Should the UFC strip Jon Jones or give him more time to make the fight happen? Let us know in the comments. Smash that subscribe button for more breaking MMA news, and we'll see you in the next one. The Jon Jones-Tom Aspinall saga continues, and trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.